Hey, it's Shane. It's time for me to review the sequel to Disney's Frozen, Frozen 2. And it's very appropriate to be filming it today because everything, and I mean everything, is coated in ice. So, perfect time to film this. Let's get into the plot. So the film opens up and King Agnar of Arendelle tells a story to a young Elsa and Anna about their grandfather, King Runyard, about how he made a peace treaty with the Northuldra tribe, the neighboring tribe of Arendelle. And he made a dam to seal in water in the Enchanted Forest, which is the Northuldra's home. However, an unexpected fight breaks out between Arendelle soldiers and the Northuldra, and this angers the spirits of the Enchanted Forest, which are the four elements of Earth, which, as we know, are water, earth, fire, and air. Agnar is just barely able to escape with the help of an unknown savior, and everybody else is sealed in the Enchanted Forest forever by a mist that if you try to leave through it, a blast will fire you right back into the forest, I should say. So this is a tale that King Agnar told of the history of who their grandfather was and who inhabits the forest that is neighboring Arendelle. So, set 3 years after her coronation, Elsa celebrates autumn with the people of Arendelle, including her sister Anna, played by Kristen Bell, her lover Kristoff, played by Jonathan Groff, and of course Olaf, played by Josh Gad, and Kristoff's reindeer, Sven. However, Elsa, again played by Idina Menzel, hears something. Here's a voice, and unintentionally follows it to try to find out what's been calling her, but she unintentionally awakens the spirits of the forest again, all four elements, which causes massive chaos to start erupting in Arendelle. Their waterfall evaporates, there's raging winds, the earth is crumbling around them, all their fire goes out. So Elsa has unintentionally awoken a very powerful elemental beast, and they have to evacuate the whole city. Pabby and the Rock Troll tribe come by and they warn Elsa and Anna of what's to come and how they have to figure out the history of Arendelle and what went down that caused these spirits to never be, put to rest and be peaceful like they were back then. So it's up to Elsa, Anna, Kristoff, Olaf, and Sven to find out what the heck's going on and why these elemental spirits are attacking Arendelle like they are. So after our set of 5 travel to the forest, they come across that mist, and no one's able to really break through with the exception of Elsa, who touches it and it parts. However, they're immediately attacked by the wind spirit, taking the form of a raging tornado which sucks everybody up into it. However, Elsa is able to, defeat it with her ice powers and reveal a bunch of statues which show the history of what happened between the Northuldra and Arendelle, and it's revealed that their mother, Queen Iduna, is the one who actually saved their father Agnar from the chaos and that was happening around him. I forgot to mention that Agnar is voiced by Alfred Molina, and Iduna is voiced by Evan Rachel Wood, because they had bits at the beginning of the movie when the father's telling them the story. So it's discovered that that's who saved Agnar all those years ago. It was Iduna. And they're able to unite the people of the Northuldra, I should say, and the Arendelle soldiers with that fact that Elsa and Anna are a product of an Arendalian, I guess you would call it, and a Northuldran. And that kind of creates a unity because, again, they're still at odds with each other after the conflict that nobody seems to know who started it happened. So that's how they're going to start unifying the people. They also run into the fire spirit, who is revealed to be just a little tiny cute little salamander, which is kind of funny given how destructive it was being when it was angered. It's like setting things on fire. It's like this crazy purple fire, and then it's the cutest little thing on planet Earth. So it's funny how they juxtapose that. But Elsa, again, is able to put that one at bay as well. It's also discovered that on top of the 4 elemental spirits in the forest, there's a 5th spirit that will be able to unite the people of Northuldra and the people of Arendelle, but nobody knows who it is, or what it is, I should say. So that's the task that Elsa and Anna and Kristoff and Olaf and Sven are put to the task to do. Find out who this 5th spirit is to try to put this whole curse that's happening on Arendelle and the Enchanted Forest at ease. So our group splits up, with Elsa, Anna, and Olaf heading north, while Kristoff and Sven stay behind. They then discover, and this is really, really cool actually, they discover their parents' ship, which is, if you remember from the first movie, their parents' ship gets overwhelmed by the raging sea and they die. But they discover their ship, and through memories, Elsa, well, not through memories, through her powers, she's able to find out why they were going where they were going in the first movie, because it's not really clear what their expedition is in the first film, but now we know what it is. They're trying to discover the source of Elsa's powers, because it's a question that everyone was really wondering, like, how did Elsa get these powers? And that's what they were trying to figure out. Overwhelmed by guilt, Elsa then believes that it's her fault that her parents died, and this motivates her even more to figure out what the heck is going on. And she's able to control the Knock, or the water spirit, which is a beautiful horse, to go to the land of Atenhallen, which is the song that Agnar and Udana sang to their kids all throughout when they were children. Just how this place is, what this place is, and it was very, magical to little kids who don't know really what's going on. So now they're finally finding out what this song was about. Elsa then keeps following the voice because it's still beckoning to her, and it's, revealed that Iduna is... I realize I've said that name about 15 different times in the video, so my bad. But it's revealed that Iduna is actually the voice that's been calling Elsa this whole time. And she then also comes to terms and realizes that Elsa, is the fifth spirit. So that's really cool that Elsa is now able to know that she's the key to everything here, and this is why she has the powers that she does, because she's the one who will bring balance and peace to everybody affected by these elemental beings. So on her journeys through Atenhallen, it's also revealed to Elsa that the person who started the conflict was her grandfather, who did not like the Northuldran folk for their attachment to magic. He always thought magic was very dangerous and thought that it led to nothing good, like nothing good can come of magic. And the dam was actually a ruse to lower the Northuldran's resources. And he's the one who started the conflict by killing the Northuldran leader. With this information, just as she's starting to freeze, because there's a part in the song about Atenhallen where the mom talks about, you will drown, you'll become overcome with the power and just everything about this place. And Elsa slowly starts to freeze, but she shoots a beam that sends a message to Anna about what she has to do, everything that's happened, how her grandfather started it, how everything was because of him, all this conflict, and this is what caused the elemental beings to be so angry. So with this new information, Anna then sets out on her voyage to destroy the dam. That's right, she has to destroy the dam and let the water flow. Unfortunately, though, since Elsa, my apologies, has frozen completely, Olaf then fades away because, as you know, Olaf is kept alive by Elsa's powers. So without Elsa, Olaf cannot stand and he cannot be. Therefore, he fades away and fades off into existence, out of existence, I should say. So Anna really needs to fix things quick and let the waters flow out of the dam to free the spirits of everybody in the elements and let them all out of the enchanted forest. So the way Anna is going to destroy the dam and let the water flow is by using the gigantic rock monsters, or the earth elemental monsters. And they fling gigantic boulders at Anna to try to, destroy her. I guess they don't like humans. And this in turn hits the dam, which causes the water to flow. This is heavily protested by the leader of the Arendelle soldiers, Matthias, played by Sterling K. Brown, but then he realizes that after Anna tells him, no, all this was started by my grandfather, he finally realizes, oh my god, this is what we have to do. We have to destroy it and let the water flow. And they attract more attention, which again causes the dam to break. This then releases Elsa from her frozen prison, and she's able to ride on the water spirit and freeze the water before it causes any harm to Arendelle. It's a really intense scene because all the Arendelle residents are just looking on in horror as they see this unstoppable force come towards the city that they all love. And Elsa's able to stop it, and they recreate Olaf. And Kristoff, this entire film, has been trying to propose to Anna. I'll get to that in a little bit. And he finally does. She accepts, and of course, they're going to get married. However, Elsa does reveal that she and Anna are the bridge between the magical and the non-magical. So Anna then becomes the new queen of Arendelle, and Elsa becomes the protector of the Enchanted Forest. And they have regular visits between the two to keep the peace between the Northaldrins and the Arendelle people. So that's how they're able to do that, by keeping one in each spot and constantly keeping in touch and contact to keep that bridge connected so it doesn't break anymore. And that is the story of Frozen 2. Now, this is very complicated to talk about because Frozen 1 was very solid. It was a very, very solid film. And this is a good one too. So now, what do I think? Do I think it's better than the first one, or do I think it's worse than the first one? Well, I would say it's worse than the first one, but I don't want you guys to think that I mean it's worse as in it's trash, it's horrible, don't go and see it. It's just, it's kind of average. There's a lot of creative things in there, I have to say. Just like the way they incorporate their parents' mission into this one, and the origins of Elsa's powers, because I feel like those are two very big questions that we had in Frozen 1, like what was the parents' mission in the first place, and why the heck does Elsa have these unlimited ice powers in the first place. So it's cool how they incorporated that. A lot of the songs, I have to say though, did feel very copy-paste. I don't mean that it was the same song, I just mean that they had very similar types of songs. The first one that they sing is heavily reminiscent of For the First Time in Forever. Elsa has another Let It Go moment. Olaf has another In Summer moment. However, the shining achievement of the musical score, it goes to Kristoff. Kristoff wins forever and eternity. He wins the Oscar, Emmy, Tony, all of them, all the awards for best song ever, which is Lost in the Woods. And it's like Queen mixed with like a rom-com mixed with like, it's just so funny how they have like, juxtaposed shadows of his face singing, facing a different direction, how multiple Kristoffs come in like different spotlights. He has a choir of Sven and reindeer, which is crazy because Sven just starts singing on his own, because as we all know, Sven's dialogue is presented through Kristoff. So for him to just start singing, it was like, wait, what? And then it was like, I made a joke. I said that that wasn't even supposed to be in the movie. Somebody snuck that in post, and then it was like, oh, it's too late to change it now. So they just went with it because it's just so out of left field, but it's so hilarious. So if any song gets an award, it's gotta be Lost in the Woods. And actually, that song that I was talking about that sounds a lot like For the First Time in Forever, it has the same melody at some points of Do You Want to Build a Snowman? And I turned to my sister, because I saw it with my sister and brother-in-law, and I turned to her and I was like, is it just me, or did you just hear Do You Want to Build a Snowman in this song? And she was like, yeah, I did. So a little disappointing there, but the music's still good. They have very great music, and the calls of everybody from the Northaldron people is beautiful, as always. Even just the simple melody of Iduna calling Elsa with her voice, that is ingeniously placed in a lot of the songs. That exact same melody that she sings is put into a lot of Elsa's songs, so it's very creative there. However, the biggest strong suit, I have to say, on top of music, story, character, everything, the visuals. The visuals shown with the elements, with the elemental monsters, I should say, the crystals that are, representative of those, and just everything that Elsa does with her ice powers and taking her into this like spirit world, I guess you can call it, are breathtaking and beautiful. Even when Olaf is turning, I guess, kind of Infinity War style, because we were making a joke like that. When Olaf started to fade away, we were just like, Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good. I know, we're horrible people. Sue us. It's beautiful how the snowflakes just form into a pile, but it's like the way they do it's just so like enchanting. And just everything about this visually is definitely the film's strong suit. So if you're a big fan of a beautiful animation and beautiful animated film, definitely check out Frozen. The music is beautiful again, but it's not as strong as the first one, I have to say that. And look, I love Olaf as much as the next guy, but he was getting to be a little too much in this film. I think they were trying a little too hard to make him funny, giving him jokes to do. However, his recap of Frozen One was spot on. I like that a lot, but everything else, a lot of his jokes just felt like okay, we get it, It's Olaf, ha, he's the comic relief. He's supposed to be the one everyone loves for the kids, but at points it was like, dude, stop. It was getting to be a little too much. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about Frozen 2. There's really not much I could say. It's on par with the first one, but definitely weaker. If you're a Frozen fan, check it out. I'm not discouraging you from checking it out. I'm not saying don't see it, because it's not going to be as good as the first one. I'm not saying it's to be expected with sequels, but it's very rare that a sequel tops the original. So don't let that disparage you. Go see it if you're a Frozen fan. However, if you haven't seen the first Frozen, I wouldn't really recommend seeing this, because there's a lot of references to the first one that you're not going to understand. So if you haven't seen the first Frozen, watch that one first and then watch this one. If you're not a fan of princess movies or Disney movies, then obviously don't check this out. You're not going to like it at all. But again, even if you're a light-hearted Disney fan, not hardcore like me, still check it out. It's a good addition to the Disney canon. 58 movies in, they're almost at their 60th. That's pretty crazy. So yeah, that's all I'd say about Frozen 2. So let's get to my final verdict, which is going to be a 3 out of 5 stars. Not bad at all. I gave the first one, I will give the first one a 4 out of 5 because I didn't review it here. So I'll just tell you guys what I thought of it. 4 out of 5 for Frozen 1, and Frozen 2, 3 out of 5. So, there's one question I gotta ask, however, before we end, and it's, who is Samantha? We need to open up an investigation on that one. I'm not going to spoil what I'm talking about. You'll have to watch it to find out, but you'll be wondering the same thing I am, as well as thousands of other people. Who is Samantha? I have no idea, but make sure you guys stay tuned for what I have coming up in these next few weeks. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, all that fun stuff, so that they can see this review as well. Yeah. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, that's a wrap. And Samantha, we're coming for you.